you've all seen that I really love being able to grow stuff all winter long in this grow tent, down in my dark, cool basement here. And everything really did excellent in it, and the temperatures were just right with the grow light, heat, and everything worked out good for the winter growing. But now I want to set up another grow tent for the summer. It's going to have different requirements because once I turn the AC on in the house, the humidity is going to drop to 30% down here, and it's going to get real cold and stuff. So I get ready to set up another grow tent to be able to grow during the summertime using some of the outside air and being able to control it. And there you can see I just got one fan up there kind of blowing over the light to keep that cool, and really don't have much blowing on the plants and stuff. So I decided to start investing in some fans here. I was at Costco the other day. I was going to buy a standard oscillating fan, but Costco had this WOOZOO fan. I'd never seen one like it before, on sale for $25. So looked like it would be really great for in the grow tent. So I just picked one up, and I'll kind of show you how it works here and the power consumption that it has. And, it basically looks like a simple oscillating fan. And I plugged it in there. You can see it's got like a vampire draw of 0.4 amps. And I guess that's to run the remote control and the electronics in it. So it will always draw power as long as plugged in. And the bad thing about it is you have to use the remote or the switches to turn it back on if you shut off the power. So I can't use a smart switch on this one. But there you can see kind of how it works. You hit the one button, it'll oscillate, and then you can hit the other button, and it will start going all over the place like that. Kind of spread the air evenly. And there's also a button you can hit to make it kind of like a natural airflow where the fan speeds up and slows down as it oscillates in all the different patterns. So I really thought this would be a good addition for the grow tent to keep the air moving around, and decided I'm going to try it. This is not too loud on the low speed, and there you can see it draws 21.5 watts about on the low speed. And then I'm going to crank it up, and on the high speed it draws about 43.5 watts, close to, well, a little bit under that, but you can see it's an AC fan, and it does have pretty good wattage draw for what it uses. But I'll mostly just be running it on the low speed. Then I also picked up one of these AC Infinity fans I'm going to be using for ducting the outside air in. And this is a 6-inch one. I'm going to be getting a 4-inch one also in the future. But right now I just got that, and I found some real nice through-the-wall vents here with screens. And those screens will have a much smaller screen put on them when I install them. So this is going to be to provide outside air ventilation into my new grow tent. Now this is a 150 millimeter fan, and there's a 25-foot piece of flexible duct with it I got also. And let's plug this in, and the good thing about this one is it goes right back to where it was unplugged at, unpowered at, so I can use a smart switch to control this setup. And it basically has a very low power consumption also. It's got like a 0.5 watt vampire draw on it, so that's not too bad when it's running. And I got the one with a very simple remote. I'll show you in a little while why I did. But that just has variable speeds. There's 10 speeds on it, and the first speed actually is it's about 3.5 watts of power to run it on the low speed. And then you can just click through, and it's got 10 different levels, and each one you can see the wattage rating does go up a little bit. Kind of lags behind, seeing how it's a brushless motor on this one. This is the DC brushless fan, but pretty much you can see as it's going up there, this thing does move a lot of air, and it does have a very low power consumption for what it's moving. So, basically on high speed, it's about 59, 60. watts, and it is moving a lot of air right at this point. So this is going to be used for the ventilation setup. And you can see right under 60 watts at full speed, so that's really not that bad because I'll mostly be running it down on speed 1, I think, for my use. And it will have a big charcoal filter on it also when I get done. And I just set it up on high, and you can see all the way across the shop there. It's well, that's kind of up out of the airflow, but it's got a really good flow. This thing moves a lot of air for the watts it uses. And it does get extremely loud though when you put it up on high. But it does, you know, it's the equivalent. And I'm probably going to use one of these for moving the heat around in my house from the wood stove too. But I purchased this with just the simple on-off remote. In the future, I'm going to be upgrading to the new style temperature and humidity controlled remote that will control 2 fans, because I'm going to be going with a 4-inch fan also. And the smart remotes that come with them now don't control 2 different size fans from what I understand. But there you can see about 3 watts at the low setting, and it's, you know, really dead quiet, and I think that's going to be really good for, you know, ventilation. It's not going to cost a heck of a lot to run. So, you know, there it is. That's what I'm starting with, and I'll do some updates when the new grow tent and the new grow light arrives. I found out that when you order from Mars Hydro from their website, it costs a lot less than from the Amazon, and it does take a lot longer to get. But anyhow, you know, I'll do updates as I get the parts together and put the new grow setup together. But I just thought I'd give you an idea of, you know, to show you the kind of power that these fans actually do consume. And that's all got to be taken into account for when you're growing things. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.